Hey ladies and gentlemen, what is up? Today we have the Tier 10 Czechoslovakian Assembly Tank Destroyer, none other than DBV-152, and the person thought Wix from the GGS clan is using Bounty Gun Rammer, Bounty Aiming, and Experimental Turbo together with an Orderly Ammo Rack. Now that's an interesting setup, ladies and gentlemen, and he's also running food. By the way, Bushti. Ελπίζω να μην είναι Bushtis μόνο, ελπίζω να είναι άντρας. Just saying. Now, quite interestingly, this vehicle was released by Wargaming in the mid-February? In mid-February? Around the 15th, if I remember correctly, somewhere between 15th and 20th. And, of course, like every other assembly tank, it was, you know, the milking process. You're the cow, Wargaming is the farmer, and they are worse than, well... what's that guy's name? That author who died from that neck thingy? George Orwell. I believe it was George Orwell. Animal Farm. You are treated worse than Animal Farm. Just saying. So, in less than 30 seconds into the game, he shoots his first victim and he just pens him for 813. Now, if I remember correctly, this vehicle has an amazing penetration with the standard rounds. 261 to 281. And these numbers are not the final. I really like what the player is doing. He's lifting his camera to shoot, see if his shot will actually connect with something, so that you would know if there's someone still there. Like I was saying, I believe this vehicle has the best second penetration in the game, capping at 413 for the heat rounds, with the only one that's better than that, and number one, the king, is of course the Jagzilla. Talk about the Jagzilla, I wanted to do some research about a Jagzilla that he had in a previous game, not this replay, who basically, I will show you in the end, the person just probably just moved a little bit and then he did nothing. And there goes a T100 LT. And that's it. That is bye-bye for the enemy's eyes on this flank. There's still an EBR over there in the bushes, but we shall see. We shall see how this is going to go. Now, that's quite interesting that he didn't wait 10 seconds, and that's why that Conqueror was able to put that shot in. And he's going to fire at this guy, and he's going to say, see ya. Now, historical and interesting fact. This vehicle was originally developed in the late 1960s in Kharkiv, and it was given to Czechoslovakia, for the Czechoslovakian army, something like that. I can't remember the exact name. They were given one vehicle. One. In the late 1960s. You can go look it up. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. So, how are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? The score is 3-5, and which mission is he doing? Let's see. He's going to take a shot. Do 4,000, destroy 3 enemy... Is that heavy tanks? Heavy tanks. Well, the problem is 2 of them are in the valley, so he has no access to those. However, I see a Conqueror over there and an AMX M4 51 at G1. Let's see. Hello shit barn, no outline, unless that is a replay bug, because we know that this game is full of bugs everywhere. Not the type of bugs that bug us, but the real bugs, electronic bugs, which could get on programmers' nerves and, you know, programmers and developers. Whoa! Oh, 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 oh. Visible 2.9 damage so far, ladies and gentlemen. And he's only taken 1 hit because he was a little bit careless by going on top of the ridgeline and 10 seconds hadn't passed. Now remember, light and medium tanks have a special perk and special equipment in which you remain lit for a longer period of time, and the maximum, I believe, mentioned by my friend Dez, could go up to 17 seconds, which is insane. But okay, I don't think that was the case, but still, he didn't wait long enough, and he got slammed for that little oh. I always love it when an EBR 105 explodes. I love it. I love it. So, Let me quickly... I think that hit something. Let me quickly show you the values. Yep. You see those values right there? I'm showing them as fast as possible. I don't want to interfere with the game itself. Look at that pen at the heat round. 413. Maximum with the 25, but yeah, why not? I believe that puts the vehicle at second best penetration value with premium shells. And, of course, the only king is... Well, okay, we're not going to say it twice. There you go. You shoot this guy, shoot this guy, shoot this guy, shooty, 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 shooty. Come on, reload, come on! Yes! G-Shore the tank? Or is it G-Shore the prank? Depends on how the person is playing the vehicle. The G-Shore is actually a decent tank. But when you have Wargaming giving out free tier 9s, you have little kiddies playing, oh, I'm gonna play World of Tanks today. Oh, I got a free tank, daddy. Oh, good job. Good job, kiddo. Johnny. Nice. 848, man. He is up at visible 6,000 damage. Ouch. And the day is still young. We still have 9 minutes left. 9 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Nice. And there are... Wow. 9 enemies alive. 9 minutes left, 9 enemies alive. The problem with this vehicle is that... Oh! What the hell was that? Alan 2019, I think your name supersedes you by a little bit. You should have called it Alan 2025. That's when you evaporated. That was a beautiful blind shot. Oh my god. And what? MacMoron? Oh, MacMoran, excuse me. Like, what? Holy gee, were these guys even platooned? No, they're just, one of them is a fully maxed out FV4005, the other is not. The second guy who died, just a regular guy. Well, what? Level, is that a level 1? I'm looking at the enemy lineup. Is that a level 1? Yo, I see the EBR 105. I don't think that hit anything. I see the EBR 105 and one of the shit barns, they have the hexagon, which means you've maximized the mastery. Just like I've done with my leaf blower. So yeah, you guys can hate me on that. Other people have level 61, 17, 15, 31, 168, 160, 15. I can't really see that one on the FB for, I think that's a level 1. And the T100 LT who died early, I think that's I can't read that. Using the overview camera to check for potential shots is an amazing strategy, something which I always recommend. I'm looking at the 100. I think that's a 40 or a 48 on the T100 LT. Yeah, I think that's a 48. I think. Of course, I could pause the video and take control of the camera and see it. Yeah, that's a 4. Either it's a 4-0 or it's a 4-8. Whatever the case may be. Score is 8-8. I believe this is a quite balanced match, you could say. So, the DBV/152. First of all, I would like to ask, how many of you allowed Wargaming to milk them in a worse scenario than Animal Farm and actually gave you resources? Now, one of my channel members, I don't know if he got it or not, but he keeps telling me off about the, what is it, the Vickers? I think it's the Vickers, which is a tier 10 reward assembly vehicle, the one that's with the auto reloader and whatever. This one, tier 10, yeah, obviously, tier 10, assembly. One of Wargaming's multiple methods on how to become Mr. Jones, but in a superior, higher rank, and farming the poor animals. And if you've read the novel, ooh, 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 yeah, go Back to the Future. Back to the Future, number 4. A character from the future, number 4, got destroyed. They went back in time and they made sure that his mom didn't conceive, and that's why he evaporated. He ceased to exist. It was like, poof. If you watch those films, you're a legend. How is it related to this battle? Well, I just explained it. Duh. Oh boy. So, I was also conducting a research on a few, well, cheaters in inverted commas, and I discovered that none of them were actual cheaters. They were just very good at aiming where you were going. Didn't see any shenanigans. Although, you guys are doing quite a good job at suspecting these guys. I'm glad that, oh my god, man. I'm glad that you guys are becoming more aware and suspicious. Not that it's always a good thing, but at least now you guys, I have opened your eyes to potential threats on the battlefield. Because remember, in each and every game, according to my calculations, there are at least 3 or 4 of them. Probably even more. And they're not so obvious because, number one, either they're fighting someone else and you're not at the receiving end of their cheating, or they play smart, unlike those idiots who got caught, and thankfully they're a bunch of morons. They got caught using that super cheat, which showed everyone's position, and they could see you on your screen no matter if you were not spotted. You guys remember the video I made about that Conway? Was it a Conway? No, not the Conway. The premium version of the Conway. Was it a Conway? No, not a Conway. The one on Prokhorovka. You know the video with that super cheater? He was shooting everyone unspotted. And when we looked at the stats together, no one had any spotting assist equivalent to the damage that he did. And in the end, when he ran out of shells, he just ran down the line and he spotted a couple of people before he was destroyed, but he had already destroyed that game for his enemies. I remember back in the day when what's his name? The guy who says on Twitch that his mom says he's special, so there's that. What's his name? I forget his username. Wow. And he's a very good player. Anyway, I remember when that guy made a video about it, but when I asked him that I would do 3 blind kills, ladies and gentlemen. So as I was saying, when the killjoy. Oh, ouch! Talk about Conway. Holy crap, man! Base damage and that nearly ammo racked him. Whew. Anyway, so when the killjoy made that video exposing that cheater and showing little snippets of that program, I asked him. I told him I want to do more coverage on this so that people would be more aware. He never responded. I don't know, Daki. I don't know. If any of your subscribers ever tell you about this, well, you can't deny it. That's the truth. Anyway. Shooty! What? Where'd that shot go? Well, at least he got some assist. He's up at visible 8.2k, but I suspect he has done more than 10k by now. Actual damage. Because, look, he has an 800 alpha. 8 times 3 is 24. So yeah, that's more than 10,000. And now with this little 146, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So, my recommendation in order to solve this problem is that at least the shot should register the actual damage, but not give you the credits for the actual damage. Remember I mentioned that a couple of weeks ago, months ago, I can't remember. Like, for example, it would say 8379, as it says right there, but in parentheses, it would say like 8,900 and something. The potential damage you would have done. And what was this guy doing back at the base? Trying to get a Come on, he deserves his kill. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, come on, FB. Love of God. Whatever. Okay, so, as I was saying, that would alleviate the problem. That would show you, you know, yeah, you did this, you deserve this. You're not going to get the credit for it, but this is how much damage you would have done. Oh boy. So, let's see. An ace tanker, ladies and gentlemen. A duelist, a fire for effect, a bruiser, a Radley Walters for those 8 kills. Nice. High caliber, and of course Radley Walters automatically goes with Top Gun. Final damage, 11,894. While the game actually says, let's take a look at that. 9,071. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. So, 8 kills, 1,467 base XP, which is very nice. Bellissima. If you got this tank and you play it well, kudos to you. If you got it and you don't play it, well, I don't know what to tell you. And let me know, as I said, if you have it, how many resources did you pay? And do you feel that you got milked? Checking for shenanigans very quickly. I don't see any obvious ones. Obvious ones. We're talking about obvious ones. He barely lost some credits. Nice. Now, let me show you the video which I was not able to feature, in which I suspect that he had one of the members of his team actually feed the enemy. I don't know. I haven't watched it. Okay? I don't want to point fingers, but. This right over here, which I mentioned earlier, is very suspicious. Very suspicious. The Jagzilla moved 230 meters, distance traveled, as you can see right here. Bounced a couple of damage. Didn't even fire his gun, and he got destroyed by Rock the House. Who is Rock the House? Well, Rock the House is this guy with the Foch B. Maybe he got lucky and he was in the correct position. Who knows? Who knows? I could download an older client and try to feature this, but I'm not going to do that anymore. Remember what happened to my my WoT manager? Well, it got corrupted, and I put in a lot of effort, a lot of hours of how to research it, how to set it up. No, I'm not doing that again. Oops, sorry. No, not doing that crap ever again. Anyway, to finalize, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really loved those 3 blind shots. They were amazing. Blind kills, actually, as a matter of fact. And having said that, it's time to say bye-bye. But before I do, don't forget to comment below to help the algorithm and to help the channel grow. Try to share this video with your friends. I mean, as you can see, this replay by itself has gotten 12 downloads minus 1 from me. That's 11, which is quite good. That's impressive. I'm giving this guy a like. Good job. And I'm going to let him know that I'm the one who chose this replay. Okay? And having said that, you guys are an amazing community, and I'll tell you bye-bye.